One starting on the front row, pole position, driving car number 62 is Rick Johnson. On the outside of row number 1, driving car number 49 is Steve Brandt. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car number 12 is Steve Kelb. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 4D is Troy Tracy. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car number 79 is John Rhodes. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 38 is Rob Heimball. Row number 4 on the inside in the 7X is Dave Turbett. On the outside of row number 4, driving car 06 is Tim Waddell. And starting in that last position, driving car number 10K is Nick Keebach. Five laps the distance, E-race number 1 in our Bomber division. Rick Johnson out into that number 1 position. It's Steve Brandt right behind him in that second spot. Now John Rhodes to the inside at turn number 4, the 49 sideways. Out of turn number 4. Troy Tracy taking over that number 2 position. John Rhodes in that third spot. 2 official laps complete this time by with 3 laps remaining. And a side-by-side battle for the number 2 position. It's John Rhodes, Troy Tracy. Door-to-door out of turn number 2. Tim Waddell up to that number 4 position. And this time by the wave of the green flag with 2 laps remaining. John Rhodes taking over that number 2 position. It's Tim Waddell in that third spot. This time by the wave of the white flag with 1 lap remaining. Rick Johnson, John Rhodes, Tim Waddell in those top 3 positions. This time as they head out of turn number 4. The checker flag falls for Rick Johnson. Finishing in the number 4 position, the 7X of Dave Turbett. In that third spot, the 06 of Tim Waddell. In the runner-up position, the 79 of John Rhodes. And your winner of heat race number 1 in our Bomber division, driving car number 62, sponsored by the Doan Tap, Calairs Used Auto Parts. How about a great big hand for Rick Johnson? Coming up next, heat race number 2 in our Bomber division. Starting on the front row pole position, driving car number 97 is Doug McKendrick. On the outside of row number 1, driving car number 33 is Tony Gibbs. Row number 2 on the inside in the 49S is Steve Stickelmeyer. On the outside of row number 2, driving car number 3 tonight is Mark Burgess. Row number 3 on the inside. Driving car number 11 is Dirk Davis. On the outside of row number 3, driving car number 50 is Aaron McKendrick. Row number 4 on the inside, driving car number 1 is Chucky Royer. And starting in that last position, driving car number 38 is Kevin Grammer. They had some great racing over at the Knox County Speedway Wednesday night. Kevin Grammer ended up in the number 2 position in our Bomber feature event. Congratulations to Larry Reeder Jr., the winner of the late model feature Wednesday night at the Knox County Speedway. out in that number 1 position. It'll be 1 down this time by with 4 laps remaining. Chucky Ryer all the way up to that number 2 position. Steve Stickelmeyer in that north front. Aaron McKendrick to the high side of turn number 3, now taking over that 3rd position. Side by side out of turn number 2 for the number 1 position. It's Chucky Royer to the inside of turn number 3. This time by the wave of the green flag with 2 laps remaining. Side by side into turn number 1 for the number 1 position. They're side by side for that 3rd spot into turn number 3. This time by the wave of the white flag with 1 lap to go. Chucky Royer taking over that number 1 position. Kevin Grammer in that 2nd spot. Doug McKendrick in that 3rd position. Aaron McKendrick in that 4th spot. And this time as they hit out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Chucky Royer. Finishing in that number 4 position, the car number 50 of Aaron McKendrick. In that 3rd spot, the car 97 of Doug McKendrick. In the runner-up position, the 38 of Kevin Grammer. And your winner of heat race number 2 in our Bomber division, driving car number 1, sponsored by Ace Used Auto Parts, American Muffler and Brake. Our point leader in our Bomber division. How about a great big hand for Chucky Royer? Coming up next, heat race number 1 in our street stock division. Starting on the front row pole position, driving car number L60 is Butch Hutchinson. On the outside of row number 1, driving car 32G is Greg Sewell. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car number 83 is Jim Carmody. On the outside of row number 2, driving car number 6 is Jerry DeForest. Row 3 on the inside, driving car 48 is Amy Halpin. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 58 is Virgil Nusso. Row number 4 on the inside in the 04 is Randy Randall. On the outside of row number 4, driving car 90 is John Ferris. And starting in that last position, driving car 68 is Wally Zander. Distance, he race number 1 in our street stock division. Side by side down the back straightaway for the number 1 position. Greg Sewell taking over that top spot. They're side by side for that number 2 position. Virgil Nusso in that 2nd spot is Amy Halpin taking over that 3rd position. And a side-by-side battle for that 4th spot. 2 down this time by with 5 laps remaining. John Ferris up to that number 4 position. It's bumper to bumper for that number 1 spot. 3 complete this time by with 4 laps to go. Side by side down the back straightaway for the number 1 position. It's through to the high side and turn 4. It's Virgil Nusso on the inside. Virgil Nusso to the high side of the back straightaway in the number position. And this time as they head on a turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Virgil Neutral. Finishing in the number 4 position, the 48 of Amy Halpin. In that third spot, the 90 of John Ferris. In the number 2 position, the 32G of Greg Sewell. And your winner of B-Race number 1 in our street stock division, driving car number 58 from Peoria, sponsored by Foster Service. About a great big hand for Virgil Neutral. Coming up next, T-Race number 2 in our street stock division, starting on the front row pole position, driving car number 63 is Tom Harvey. On the outside of row number 1, driving car 17 is Bob Singer. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car number 71 is Ed Bowen Jr. On the outside of row number 2, driving car number 15 is Marty Shetler. Row number 3 on the inside in the T12 is Tom Greer. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 25 is Jerry Miller. Row number 4 on the inside in the 4H is Paula Harrison. On the outside of row number 4, driving car 27 is Adam Bill. And starting in that last position, driving car number 22 is Chuck Barnes Jr. Seven laps to distance, T-Race number 2 in our street stock division. Bob Singer in his 17 out in that number 1 position. It's Marty Shetler to 50. In that second spot, 1 complete. This time by with 6 laps remaining. Side by side for that number 3 position out of turn number 2 is Jerry Miller in that third spot. Now Adam Hill to the inside at turn number 4. They're side by side for the number 3 position. Marty Shetler to the inside of turn number 2. Now side by side down the back straightaway to turn number 3. It's 3 complete this time by with 4 to go. Marty Shetler taking over the number 1 position. Singer back to that second spot. It's Adam Bill third. And a battle for that number 4 position. Chuck Barnes Jr. taking over that number 4 position. Jerry Miller back to that 5th spot. And the way for the green flag this time by with 2 laps remaining. And the white flag being displayed this time by with 1 lap to go. Adam Bill taking over that second spot. Bob Singer back to that 3rd position. And this time as he heads out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Marty Shetler. Finishing in the number 4 position, the 22 of Chuck Barnes Jr. in that 3rd spot, the 17 of Bob Singer. In the runner-up position, the 27 of Adam Bill. And your winner of heat race number 2 in our street stock division, driving car number 15 from Peoria, sponsored by the Bartonville Bank, Lon Roberts Photography, Foster's Auto Service, and DMS Promotions. How about a great big hand for Marty Shetler? Coming up next, heat race number 1 in our Sportsman division. Starting on the front row, pole position, driving car number 28 is Bruce Hines. On the outside of row number 1, driving car 23 is Travis Griffin. Row number 2 on the inside in car 45 is Tony Fowler. On the outside of row number 2, driving car number 21 is Ryan McCreary. Row number 3 on the inside in the 32T is Tony Fisher. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 33J is Mike Jones. Row 4 on the inside, driving car 73 is John Shannon. And starting in that last position, driving car 53 is Dan Goebel. Last predictions, heat race number 1 in our Sportsman division. Bruce Hines in the 28 out in that number 1 position is Tony Fowler in the 45 in that second spot. Ryan McCreary in the 21 in that number 3 position. Travis Griffin to the inside of turn number 1 in that number 4 position. It's Tony Fisher back in that 5th spot to complete this time by with 6 laps remaining. And the car sideways down in turn number 2, the 45 of Tony Fowler. Ryan McCreary taking over that second spot. Tony Fisher in that 5th position. Travis Griffin in that 4th spot. Halfway this time by with 4 laps remaining. Bruce Hines still in that number 1 position. Ryan McCreary second. Complete a side-by-side battle for that 3rd position. Travis Griffin to the inside, Tony Fisher on the high side. And cars spinning and colliding in turn number 4. And the yellow flag out for the 21 of Ryan McCreary down in turn number 4. Position 3 of us in turn number 3. This time on a turn number 4. The checkered flag falls for Bruce Hines. Finishing in the number 4 position, the 53 of Dan Goebel in that 3rd spot. the 32T of Tony Fisher. In the runner-up position, the 73 of John Shannon. And your winner of heat-race number 1 in our Sportsman division, driving car number 28 from Peoria, sponsored by Shoemake Classic Cars, Al Sewing and D&H RV and Trailer Repair. A great big hand for Bruce Hines. Coming up next, heat-race number 2 in our Sportsman division. Starting on the front row, pole position, driving car number 15 is Dave Smith. On the outside of row number 1 in the 01 is Darrell Melvin. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car 0 is Rick Etherton. On the outside of row number 2 in the 9W is Brad Willis. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car number 3 is Matt Dillon. On the outside of row number 3 in the 32J is Jason Jaggers. And starting in that last position, driving car number 58, is Gerald Rose. Eight laps to distance, heat-race number 2 in our Sportsman division. Dave Smith out in the number 1 position, Rick Etherton second, Darrell Melvin third, Brad Willis in that 4th spot. 1 down, 7 to go this time by. Taking over that number 3 position, Darrell Melvin in that 4th spot. Now Matt Dillon to the inside of turn number 4. Dillon in for that number 4 position. Brad Willis taking over that 2nd spot. Matt Dillon recovers it side by side for the number 3 position. 3 complete with 5 to go this time by. Halfway this time by with 4 laps remaining. Dave Smith, your leader out of turn number 4 with 5 laps complete. Time by with 2 laps to go. Dave Smith, Brad Willis now side by side in turn number 3 for the number 1 position. And the way of the white flag with 1 lap remaining. Brad Willis taking over that number 1 position. Dave Smith second, Matt Dillon third, and Darrell Melvin 4th. This time as he heads out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Brad Willis. Finishing in the number 4 position, the 01 of Darrell Melvin in that 3rd spot. The car 3 of Matt Dillon. In the runner-up position, the 15 of Dave Smith. And your winner of P-Race number 2 in our Sportsman division, driving car number 9W from Creve Coeur, sponsored by Batteries Plus, Walls Equipment, Montefusco Heating and Air Conditioning. How about a great big hand for Brad Willis? Our next event, he raced number 1 in our open wheel modified division. Starting on the front row full position, driving car number 35 is Eric Martin. On the outside of row number 1, driving car number 7 is Rodney Bowman. Row number 2 on the inside in the 44 is John Smith. On the outside of row number 2, driving car number 53 is Eric Bruce. Row number 3 on the inside in the C24 is Carl Seeger. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 55 is Darren Pennicup. Row number 4 on the inside, driving car number 3 is Mark Johnson. And starting in that last position in the 23T is Billy Tuckwell. He laps the distance. He raced number 1 in our modified division. Rodney Bowen out of that number 1 position is John Smith second, Eric Bruce third, and Carl Seeger fourth. One down this time by with 7 laps remaining. Eric Bruce taking over that number 2 position. John Smith third, Carl Seeger fourth, Mark Johnson fifth. Three complete this time by with 5 laps remaining. Rodney Bowen, your leader out of turn number 2. Eric Bruce second, John Smith third, Carl Seeger fourth. And a side-by-side battle for that 5th position. Halfway this time by with 4 laps to go. Taking over that third spot. Mark Johnson to the inside at turn 3. Side by side for that 4th position. Mark Johnson taking over that 4th spot. In the way of the white flag this time by with 1 lap remaining. And this time would be heading out of turn number 4. The checker flag falls for Rodney Bowman. Finishing in that 4th position, the car 3 of Mark Johnson. In that 3rd spot, the C24 Carl Seeger. In the number 2 position, the 53 of Eric Bruce. And your winner of E-Race number 1 in our modified division, driving car number 7 from Mapleton, sponsored by Warren Dan's attorney at law, Select Rex Motor City Salon in Bloomington. A great big hand for Rockin' Rodney Bowman. Coming up next, race number 2 in our modified division, starting on the front row pole position. Driving car number 78 is Jeff Cunningham. On the outside of row number 2, driving car number 00 is Cooter Taub. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car 32 is Glenn Duncan. On the outside of row number 2, driving the S2 is Jack Siegel. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car 20 is Tim Bruce. On the outside of row number 3 in the 1H is Rick Haley. Row number 4 on the inside of the M6 is Randy Murray. And starting in that last position, driving car 22 is Jeff Maher. Eight laps the distance. He raced number 2 in our modified division. In that number 1 position, Glenn Duncan in that second spot, and the S2 of Jack Siegel sideways down in turn number 4. And it'll be Jeff Cunningham, Dave Kalb up there in row number 1, Glenn Duncan, Tim Bruce, row 2, Jack Siegel, Randy Vine, row 3, and Jeff Maher back in row 4. And the green flag out once again, Jeff Cunningham, Glenn Duncan in those top 2 positions. One down this time by with 7 laps remaining. Randy Vine to the inside of turn number 2, side by side for that number 2 position. Jeff Cunningham, your leader out in turn number 4. 2 official laps down with 6 laps remaining. Randy Vine taking over that second spot. Glenn Duncan third, Tim Bruce fourth. Halfway this time by with 4 laps remaining. Jeff Cunningham, Randy Vine in those top 2 position. It's Glenn Duncan third, Tim Bruce fourth. Dive by the wave of the green flag with 2 laps remaining. Randy Vine taking over the number 1 position. Jeff Cunningham second, Glenn Duncan third. And the wave of the white flag this time by with 1 lap to go. Jeff Maher now taking over that number 4 position. And this time as he heads out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Randy Vine. Finishing in the number 4 position, the 22 of Jeff Maher. In that third spot, the 32, Glenn Duncan. In the number 2 position, the 78 of Jeff Cunningham. And your winner as he raced number 2 in our modified division, driving car number M6 from Creve Coeur. Sponsored by Uncle Jerry's Rub, Jim Beemanson Plumbing, Tom Custer, Al Towing, American Muffler and Brake, River City Demolition, Encore Communications, Foreign Paint, the staffing difference, and River City Demolition. About a great big hand for Randy Morin. Our next event, he raced number 1 in our NASCAR Winston Racing Series late model division. Starting on the front row pole position, driving car number 26 is Billy Scott. On the outside of row number 1, driving car number 5 is Sean Gray. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car 34 is Mike Mudd. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 82 is Denny Gray. Row number 3 on the inside in the T2 is Todd Bennett. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 10 is Roger Rebels. Row number 4 on the inside, driving car number 75 is Mike Cochran. The distance, he raced number 1 in our late model division. Billy Scott out in that number 1 position. They're side by side for that second spot. Danny Gray to the high side at turn number 4. It's Mike Mudd on the inside. And now 9 to go. He raced number 1 in our late model division. Todd Bennett taking over that second spot. It's Denny Gray third, and Mike Mudd in the number 4 position. And the 3 of us battle for that number 4 position. Roger Rebels taking over that 4th spot. Todd Bennett in the number 1 position. Denny Gray right behind him in that second spot. Billy Scott back to that 3rd position. It's Mike Cochran, Roger Rebels, side by side for the number 4 position. At the halfway point, this time by with 5 laps remaining. Bennett, Denny Gray in those top 2 positions. Billy Scott, Mike Mudd in those 3rd and 4th spots. Roger Rebels to the high side of the back straightaway. Now side by side for that number 4 position. 3 of us got it to number 4 for that 4th spot. And the wave of the green flag just side by with 2 laps remaining. Finishing in the number 4 position, the 34 of Mike Mudd in that 3rd spot. The car 10 of Roger Rebels. In the number 2 position, the 82 of Denny Gray. And your winner of heat race number 1 in our late model division, driving car number T2 from Peoria, sponsored by Dave's Auto Service, Extreme Designs, Cartville, R.A. Benson Motorsports, Harmon Auto Parts. How about a great big hand for Todd Bennett? Coming up next, T-Race number 2 in our late model division. Starting on the front row pole position, driving car 72S is George Strati. On the outside of row number 1 in the S10 is Frank Schickel Jr. Row number 2 on the inside. Driving car number 7 is Charlie Hess. On the outside of row number 2 in the 65R is Larry Reeder Jr. For row number 3 on the inside in the 86 is Joe Wyatt. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 55 is Ronnie McMail. And starting in their last position, driving car number 2 is Billy Tuckwell. Taking over the number 1 position is side by side for that second spot. One down this time by 9 laps to go. Charlie Hess in that number 2 position. It's Larry Reeder Jr. in that second spot. Joe Wyatt in that number 4 position. Complete, 7 to go this time by. Billy Tuckwell, Ronnie McMail side by side for the number 5 position. Halfway this time by with 5 laps remaining. Frank Schickel Jr., your leader out at turn number 4. Charlie Hess second. Larry Reeder Jr. Billy Tuckwell fifth and Ronnie McMail sixth. Frank Schickel Jr., the winner of last week's Winston 40 in our late model division. And away with the green flag this time by with 2 laps remaining. And the white flag being displayed this time by with 1 to go. Green, white, checkered this time by with 2 laps remaining. White flag with 1 to go. Frank Schickel Jr. on the inside in the number 1 position. Larry Reeder Jr. in that second spot. Charlie Hess third. And Joe Wyatt fourth. And this time out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Frank Schickel Jr. Finishing in the 4th position, the 8-6 of Joe Wyatt. In that 3rd spot, the 7 of Charlie Hess. In the number 2 position, the 65R, Larry Reeder Jr. And your winner of heat race number 2 in our late model division, driving car number F10 from Bloomington, sponsored by K&K Tool and Die, Gil Frank Racing Engines, Balker's Place, Accurate Towing, Tri-Lakes, and Schickel Tile Service. A great big hand for Frank Schickel Jr. Okay, listen, fans, let's everyone stand up and salute all of our drivers in our Palmer feature event. Stand up and cheer for your favorite car and drivers. They pass down the front straightaway of our Peoria Speedway. Our salute to our Bomber feature drivers. And a blue flag out of battle for that number 1 position out of turn number 2. Rick Johnson taking over that number 1 position. Troy Tracer to the inside of turn number 2, taking over that 2nd position. And cars getting together over on the back straightaway, 3 of us. Down that back straightaway into turn number 3. Troy Tracy on the high side of the back straightaway, taking over that number 1 position. And cars colliding on the back straightaway. Two down, 8 to go in our Bomber feature event. Troy Tracy in a 4D in that number 1 position. And once again, we look for that green flag out of turn number 4 with 8 laps remaining. Troy Tracy in the number 1 spot, Jim Waddell second, Rob Heimball third. 3 complete this time by with 7 laps to go. Derek Davis up to that 4th spot. Chucky Royer in that number 5 position. Now a side-by-side battle for that 3rd spot in turn 4. And this time by in the halfway point with 5 laps remaining. Chucky Royer, Dirk Davis now side by side for that number 3 position. 6 official laps complete with 4 laps to go. Jim Waddell, Chucky Royer in those number 2 and 3 positions. Now side by side for that 2nd spot in turn number 4. This time by the wave of the green flag with 2 laps remaining. Waddell holding on to that 2nd position. Royer in that 3rd spot. 1 to go this time by. Now Chucky Royer to the inside of turn number 1, taking over that 2nd spot. And this time as they hit on turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Troy Tracy. Finishing in the number 5 position, the 38 of Rob Heimball. In that 4th spot, the 11, Dirk Davis. In the 3rd position, the 06, Tim Waddell. In that 2nd spot, the car 1 of Chucky Royer. And your winner of our 10-lap Bomber Feature event, driving car number 4D from Germantown Hills, sponsored by Tri-County Auto Parts. As he climbs out of his car, a great big hand for Troy Tracy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's everyone stand up and salute all of our drivers in our street stock feature event. Stand up and cheer for your favorite car and drivers. They pass down the first straightaway of our Peoria Speedway. Our salute to our street stock feature drivers. And debris on the track, bringing out the yellow flag down in turn number 4. Well, Jim Carmody in the 83 was the winner of last Saturday night's feature event in our street stock division. Let's see if he can make it 2 in a row tonight. And everybody back in their proper position. The yellow light out over in turn number 3. Once again, we look for that green flag with 12 laps remaining. Greg Sewell out of the number 1 position. Bob Singer, Jim Carmody side by side for that 2nd spot. Green, 11 to go. Jim Carmody in that number 2 position. Marty Shetler, Virgil Newsel, now 3 above in turn number 4. For complete this drive-by with 8 laps remaining. Marty Shetler Chuck Barnes Jr. up to that fourth position. Greg Sewell back to that fifth spot. The Jello Club wants to wish Gary Sell happy 45th birthday. Love from all of your friends in the Jello Club, Gary Sell. 5 laps to go in our street stock feature event. Marty Scheller holding on to the number 1 position. Virgil Mitchell, John Ferris. Side by side for that second spot. 8 complete. This time by with 4 laps remaining. John Ferris, Chuck Barnes Jr. now battling for that number 2 position. Virgil Newsel back in that 4th spot. Adam Bill in the number 5 position. In the 25, Joey Miller spinning and stopping down in turn number 4. Bringing out the yellow flag. Remaining in our street stock feature event. Marty Scheller holding on to that number 1 position. Chuck Barnes Jr. now in that second spot. John Ferris third. Virgil Nissel fourth. This time by the wave of the green flag with 2 laps remaining. And the yellow flag once again for the 25 of Jerry Miller down in turn number 4. Marty Scheller in the number 1 position. Chuck Barnes Jr. second. John Ferris third. Virgil Newsel fourth. Bob Singer fifth. Adam Bill sixth. Tom Greer seventh. Greg Sewell eighth. Randy Randall ninth. Jerry DeForest 10th. And Paula Harrison in the 11th position. And once again, we look for that green flag out of turn number 4 with 2 laps to go. Marty Scheller, Chuck Barnes Jr. in those top 2 positions. A wave of the white flag with 1 lap remaining. Now they're going to put it inside of turn number 2, side by side. For the number 2 position. And this time as they head out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Marty Scheller. Finishing in the 10th position, the 32G, Greg Sewell in the 9th spot, the 04, Randy Randall. In the 8th position, the 6th, Jerry DeForest. In that 7th spot, the T12, Tom Greer. In the 6th position, the 17 of Bob Singer. In that 5th spot, the 90, John Ferris. In the 4th position, the 27, Adam Bill. In the 3rd spot, the 22, Chuck Barnes Jr. In the runner-up spot, the 58, Virgil Newsel. And your winner of our 12-lap street stock feature event, driving car number 15 from Peoria, sponsored by the Bartonville Bank, Roberts Photography, DMS Promotions, Foster's Auto Service. And as he climbs out of the car, how about a great big hand for Marty Shetler. Okay, listen, fans, let's everyone stand up and salute all of our drivers in our Sportsman feature event. Stand up and cheer for your favorite car drivers. They pass down the front straightaway of our Peoria Speedway. Our salute to our Sportsman feature drivers. Laps to distance in our Sportsman feature event. On down the sky by with 14 laps remaining. First time to that number 1 position, Ryan McCurry in that second spot. Position. Three down the sky by with 12 laps remaining. This sky by with 10 laps remaining. Side by side, put number 3 position down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Tony Fisher on the inside. Side by side with Joe Melvin for the number 3 position. Tony Fisher taking over that third spot now. Joe Rose to the high side. On the back straightaway into the wall. In that number 5 position. Ryan McCurry on the high side of the back straightaway. Side by side for that number 1 spot. 8 complete, 7 to go this time by. Ryan McCurry taking over that number 1 position for side second. It's Tony Fisher, third, Darrell Melvin, Darrell side by side for the number 4 position. And words about Darrell Rose. He is okay, a little bit shook up out on the front straightaway, but he took a ride in the ambulance over to the backstretch. Darrell is out. He is okay. A very hard hit into the wall down in turn number 4, but good word is Darrell is okay. Nine down, 6 to go in our Sportsman feature event. Ryan McCurry looking for his second feature win in a row. Ryan McCurry in that number 1 position. Tony Fisher now in that second spot. Is complete this time by with 5 laps remaining. Matt Dillon in that number 3 position. Car sideways and colliding. Down in turn number 2, bringing out the yellow flag. And the yellow flag out for the 28 of Bruce Hines and the 9W of Brad Willis. Cars colliding in turn number 2. 10 official laps complete, 5 laps remaining. Ryan McCreary, your leader in the 21. A 1999 John Hamilton Memorial T-shirt. If you'd like to be on that with your business, go on down to the office and see Chuck and Jerry, and they can fill you in on the details on how to be on those T-shirts for our 99 season. Ryan McCreary holding on to the number 1 position. Matt Dillon, Tony Fisher side by side for that second spot. 11 down this time by with 4 laps remaining. Matt Dillon down in that second spot. It's Tony Fisher third, Dan Golo fourth. Well, complete 3 to go this time by. Matt Dillon to the high side of the back straightaway, the side by side. This time by the wave of the green flag with 2 laps remaining. Tony Fisher third, Dan Golo fourth, Jason Jaggers up to that 5th position. And the wave of the white flag this time by with 1 lap to go. Finishing in that number 5 position, the 32J of Jason Jaggers. In that 4th spot, the 53, Dan Goebel. In that 3rd position, the 32T of Tony Fisher. In the 2nd spot, the 21 of Ryan McCreary. And your winner of our 15-lap Sportsman feature event, taking that lead on lap number 14. So, sponsored by Ace Used Auto Parts, the Bourne Paint Company, All-Star Towing, Rex Radiator Service, and Massey Roofing. As he climbs out of his car, a great big hand for Matt Dillon. Matt Dillon, your winner of our Sportsman feature event. Okay, listen, fans, let's everyone stand up and salute all of our drivers in our modified feature event. Stand up and cheer for your favorite car drivers that pass down the first straightaway from our Peoria Speedway. Our salute to our modified feature drivers. Laps the distance in our modified feature event. Randy Bowen out in that number 1 position, 1 down this time by, with 19 laps remaining. Very first in that number 2 position, Dave Galvin, that third spot, with a side-by-side battle for the 4th position. Finishing in the 10th position, the 1H of Rick Haley. In that 9th spot, the 32 Glenn Duncan. In that 8th spot, the M6 Randy Morin. In the 7th position, the 22 Jeff Maher. In the 6th spot, the 23T Billy Tuckwell. In that 5th spot, the 55 Darren Menica. In that 4th position, the C24 Carl Seeger. In that 3rd spot, the car 3 of Mark Johnson. In the 2nd position, the 53 of Eric Booth. And your winner of our 20-lap open wheel modified feature event, driving car number 7 from Mapleton, sponsored by Warren Dan's attorney at law, Slick Rick's Motor City Salon in Bloomington. How about a great big hand for Rockin' Rodney Bowman? Let's salute all of our drivers in our late mono feature event. Let them know you're up there, race fans. For our salute to our late mono feature drivers. position. In the number 10 position, the 34 of Mike Mudd. In the 9th spot, the 26, Billy Scott. In the 8th position, the 2 of Billy Tuckwell. In the 7th position, the 75, Mike Cochran. In the 6th spot, the 86, Joe Wyatt. In that 5th spot, the 7 of Charlie Hess. In that 4th position, the T2 of Todd Bennett. In that 3rd spot, the 10 of Roger Rebels. In the number 2 position, the S10 of Frank Schickel Jr. And your winner of our 30-lap late model feature event, driving car 65R from Peoria, sponsored by D.E. Melton Concrete Construction, Burkett Electric, Lovell Service Center, R.A. Benson Motorsports, and thanks to Duck, a great big hand for Larry Reeder Jr.